Hey, what's going on, everybody? Bilo back here again. Another video. This one I think is going to be pretty helpful for a lot of people because I know I struggled with this personally starting out. Basically, I'm just going to walk you guys through the steps of starting an FBA shipment on Amazon from start to finish. I'm only going to do it with one product and just show you guys how, I'm not going to show you guys how I source because that's the other videos and things like that, but basically how to list a product, how to get it ready for FBA shipment, labels, all that good stuff. And hopefully you guys find this helpful. I know I struggled when I first started out because the Amazon tools, the website, stuff like that can be a little bit tricky, or it can seem a little bit complicated. But once you get the hang of it, honestly, it's pretty simple. And hopefully you guys find this helpful. If you do, please be sure to like. I know it sounds all cheesy and all that stuff, but it really helps me out starting on YouTube and things like that. So if you guys could like, subscribe, it helps me out a lot. And also if you guys have any questions about FBA, eBay, Amazon, any of that stuff, just let me know in the comments, and I'll probably just do another video or try to answer them in the comments. So for those of you guys that are new, basically FBA means fulfilled by Amazon, and that is basically when you find products that you want to sell. Either you don't want to keep them at your house or your business or your warehouse or whatever it is, and you want to send it to Amazon. They'll hold it at their warehouse, and when it sells, they'll ship it out for you. They handle all the customer service stuff, returns, all that good stuff. The fees are a little bit higher because they handle all that for you. They pack it, they ship it. You just got to send it to them. So I mean, there's a lot of benefits to it though, because you don't have to worry about all the messaging customers, dealing with customers. You just pack, ship, and that's it. Leave it alone. Once it sells, you get paid. They take their fees, and that's about it. Another advantage of this is that when you do FBA and you send it to Amazon, it makes your item eligible for the Prime label. So when you go shopping on Amazon and you see Prime eligible, or ships tomorrow or arrives tomorrow, that means that they basically have it at the warehouse, and that gives you shipping via FBA gives you that advantage because it just ships a lot faster. I have seen some people ship have that Prime badge just because they're bigger customer, they're a larger business, but in general, shipping via FBA gives you that. So let's get started. I'm going to hop in and show you guys how I list it. How I list the item on Amazon. Again, this is just how I do it. There's probably other ways, other software you can use. I just use my phone, Amazon, and my computer, Amazon.com and my computer. So let's get started. All right, so let's get started. Basically, all you need is your Amazon app. So you download the Amazon Seller app from for iOS or for Android. You got your product, which I have right here, the product that you want to send to via FBA. So you download the app. You go to add a product right here. Again, this is assuming you already have an Amazon account set up, all that good stuff. If you don't, it's pretty simple to sign up. You have to get approved. It might ask for some documents, but if you need a separate video on that, just let me know, and I'll try to do one of those. So yeah, you got your product. It has some recommendations here. I use the barcode feature, so you can actually search. Type in like your item, for example. Let's see. Legos, it'll come up with a whole bunch of stuff, but basically go to the scanner. You want to look for the barcode on your product, and then you use the scanner. Let's see if I can get it. So I'm trying to look at both. There you go. So it comes up with whatever item you're selling and the price. So you go to that. You can click sell right away, but I like to look at the stats and stuff like that. So it tells you can sell it in new condition. Then you click list. And now this is where you want to kind of fill out some stuff. If you're selling it as new, you just click new for condition. It's not going to let you add any information for the description because they're assuming it's brand new, it's sealed, all that good stuff. If it was used, well, it usually has like other options. Used, not collectible, but it'll have like used, very good, stuff like that. It'll let you add condition notes like that, so you can type in whatever. For this one, it's brand new, so we're just going to click new. You want to put your price. I'm just going to leave it as this for right now. You can always change it later once it's sent in. The SKU I usually just leave empty unless you have that information you want to submit. And then the fulfillment channel, this is where you want to choose Amazon will ship and provide customer service. If you click I will ship this myself, that means you're fulfilling it yourself. You're going to sell it by yourself. You're going to ship it. You're going to do all that good stuff. For FBA, you click the second option, and honestly, you just click continue, and it shows you a little breakdown of what you just filled out. And you click submit. So now you actually have the item listed on Amazon. It's going to show 0 quantity because you haven't actually sent it. So we're going to jump to the next step. The next step I do on the computer. So we're going to jump to the computer right now, and I'll show you exactly what I do. Just a quick side note about that first step, guys. That's just for one product. So if you have, for example, you have this product and you have 5 other different ones that you want to do, what I like to recommend doing is do those same steps for each product before you jump to the computer for the next step, because it'll just make it a lot easier instead of going back and forth. So if you have multiple items, add them all in through the app just like we did, and then jump to the computer for the next step. For this one, again, we're just sticking with one product, and these are the steps that I do. So yeah, let's go to the computer now. Alright guys, so now we're on the Amazon seller account website. We're getting ready to list the product we just added from the phone. So all you have to do is go, once you're signed in, go to inventory, manage inventory, and then depending on what you added, all your products will come up here. An easier way, once you have a lot of products, an easier way to find what you just added is to click the inactive button right here. And then as you can see, this is the item we just added right here. And you can see under available, it'll show 0 because we didn't actually add any quantity. We just added it to upload to the Amazon website so we can get it ready. And then you can even see it says inactive, out of stock. That's because we chose FBA and Amazon doesn't have it. We still have the product. So all you have to do is, once you have all the products selected that you want to send in, you just select it right here. For example, if I wanted to send all 3 of these, I would select all 3. In this case, we're just doing, again, just the one product, so we're just selecting that one. And then right here where it says action on one selected, you're going to click that, and then you're going to click send/replenish inventory. That basically means that you're getting ready to send this to Amazon so that they have the product and they can sell it for you. So you click that. It's going to take you to this screen right here. Send inventory. It's going to ask you for barcodes. This is where. So yeah, so on this option, you can have Amazon print the barcodes for you and label and do everything for you. Or you can print the barcodes and then label it to the back of, where'd it go? The back of the product. So basically, the labels you print are going to go right here. I like to print out my own barcodes just because I think Amazon charges a fee for doing it for you. So yeah, I like to just print it myself. You can get the labels pretty cheap to print on. So once you have this ready, it's going to show you all the stuff that you have selected, and then you're going to click convert and send to inventory. And then let's see, just want to make sure we got everything covered. I go through any important details. Now if you have any items that you're sending in that might have like warnings or things like that, you can add it through here. For example, batteries and regulations, all that good stuff. In this case, we're not, so we're just going to click save and continue. So I'm going to answer no because it doesn't have any batteries. It's not a dangerous good. So you're going to click submit, and then this will change to completed, and then hit save and continue. Sorry for any mix-ups. Again, I'm just going through this on the fly of how I would do it. So I think it's kind of good to see anything I might mess up on or try to fix. So now here it's going to say create new or add to an existing shipping plan. We'll go ahead and create a new shipping plan. and then it's going to ask you, are you sending individual products or case packed products? You can even click and it'll tell you. See, this is where Amazon's website it's a mess sometimes. So for this, we're going to click individual products because I have a lot of these to send in. I'm going to send them all in one box. Case pack products are, for example, if you're sending in like a case of water, for example, that's all packaged together already. So in this case, we're sending individuals and then continue the shipping plan. And now it's going to ask for some information. Okay, so this is kind of new to me, but we'll figure it out. Usually it doesn't ask for all this information. So right here, it's going to ask for the dimensions and the weight of each product. So that's what I'm going to do now is measure this, weigh it, and then we'll fill that out. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's just adjust the camera a little bit. Okay, now I got everything measured and weighed. Basically, it's asking for the dimensions of one unit, so one of these boxes, and the weight of it. Again, it might not ask this, just depending on what product you're selling. So we'll just enter that in. It weighs 4 pounds. And before you click save, it's going to ask you for how much units you want to send in. So let's click save there for the weight. And then it's going to ask you, please enter the quantity. For this one, I believe I'm sending in 17. If I count, let me just double check that. Yeah, I'm sending in 17 of these. So it would ask you how much you're sending in total. Again, if you had more than one product, it will have a list of each one and then the amount you want to enter you want to send in for each one. So after that, you hit click continue. Okay, and then right here, you can ignore all the top part right now. You don't need that. We got, okay, just making sure everything looks good. Prep guidance. So it's going to ask you which category it is. Let's see, it's not this. It's not apparel. And so this is not going to need any, it's not powder. So we're just going to put no prep needed because it's already packaged. And then it gives you some example of stuff that doesn't need prep. That means basically it has to be wrapped before you send it in, or has a suffocation label, stuff like that around it. So and then it also says units may still require labeling. So that means that you have to label the barcode before you send it in. So we're going to click no prep needed, and then this is where it's asking who preps. You click Amazon or merchant. In my case, I'm going to select merchant because there's no prep needed, really. I'm going to apply the barcodes and that's it. If you click Amazon, let's see if the price changes. Yeah, since there's no prep needed, the price is not going to change. If you choose a different category and it tells you it needs to be prepped, and you choose Amazon, it's going to tell you a cost for how all these units. That means they're gonna bag it or wrap it in something, or do whatever they got to do to get it ready for shipping. In this case, we're not gonna wrap it. We're just gonna send them all in a box. I'm not putting no suffocation labels, nothing like that. Click continue. And now our next part. So we have the item, the condition, the total amount we're sending, who's labeling it. That's me. And then number of labels we need to print is 17 because I'm sending in 17 of them, and each one's going to need a label. And now we're going to print the labels. Let me see if I can find the sheet of labels that I use. 1 second. This is just a scrap. Basically, looks something like this. Each one sheet of paper, and it has different labels. This is a used one, and all the labels are on there. So we're just going to print on this. I believe this one's by Avery. They sell them like at Walmart. You can get them online cheap. And print all your labels on there. So we're just going to go click hit print, and I'll be right back once they're ready. See how they look? You got 17 labels ready to print. I just use a regular printer right now. I haven't gotten around to get a label printer specific for this. So I'll be right back once I print them, and we'll label them. All right, so we got our labels ready to go, ready to slap them right on the product. I got 17 of them. And then what you want to do is look for the barcode of whatever you're sending in. And then I'm not going to bore you guys with all 17 of them. Basically, it's as simple as this. You just cover that barcode because now it's all Amazoned out. They got their own label. They scan it. All that information pops up. So you want to do that for all 17 or whatever you're sending in. If you have different products, each one's going to have, a different name, whatever. So you can keep track of what you're sending in and make sure you label the correct items. So again, I'm going to label 17 of these, and I'm going to start boxing them. So the next step is to box everything, and I'm going to box them all into one box. Hopefully, if I can find one big enough, and then I'm going to weigh that box so we can jump to the next step. Alright guys, I don't know if my face is cut out of this or not, but I'm just going to continue the video. I got everything boxed, ready to go, packaged. I ended up switching it to only 15 units because I can only fit 15 in this box. And I don't want to, I'm having trouble finding another box right now, so I'm just going to stick with 15, send that in, quick adjustment, it's fine. The other two I'll sell some other way. So yeah, you want to make sure your box is, if there's some space like right here, you want to make sure that's nice and snug. So I'm going to put some of those air bubbles in here, just to make sure this thing doesn't move around too much, doesn't break, because you don't want that happening. And then also make sure the outside is taped nicely, secure. So once you have your box all taped up and everything, you want to measure the dimensions of it, because Amazon's going to ask for that, and then weigh it. So you can take the dimensions and the weight of the box, packed and ready to go, and then we're going to jump to the computer for the next step. Again, sorry if my face is cut out of this, but let's go to the next part. Alright, so I just went back and switched it to 15 because that's what I'm sending in now. I just have to go through this really quick. You guys already seen this before. If you need a refresher, just change it into no prep needed, and then I'm prepping it with the labels. I already have my labels printed, so we don't need to do this part right now. And then we're going to click continue. And this is where, so this is always good. This is where I might recommend, before actually taping your box, and sealing it and everything. Once you get to the screen, it's going to tell you where you're sending it to. So in this case, I got lucky and I'm sending all 15 to Charlotte. This is one of the Amazon warehouses. Now, in some cases, it might have, for example, it might ask you to send 5 to one warehouse, 3 to another warehouse, and then the rest to another warehouse. But in this case, it's not. It's just having me send to one warehouse. And I think that's because I have the placement. So yeah, I do have the placement. So there's an option where you just pay a fee, and instead of having to ship and box to different warehouses, you pay that fee and you ship to one warehouse, and then they pretty much handle it from there and ship it where it needs to go. For me, I'd rather do that instead of just boxing different. It might ask to send one to one warehouse and then the rest to another. So I'd rather avoid that headache and just pay the fee. So that's totally up to you. If you need to change that setting, basically what you do is you go to settings, fulfilled by Amazon. Let's open a new tab and go there. And once it loads, you're going to go to inbound settings right here. And see how I have inventory placement service enabled. So that basically means I'm only going to send to one warehouse and that's it. If you want to distribute it and have Amazon decide where you're sending it, then you just leave it as distributed, and this is the default setting. So by default, this is always enabled. I'm just going to leave it as inventory placement service so that I don't have to box and ship to different warehouses now. Sometimes you might get lucky, and even when this is selected, it might ask you to send to just one warehouse. It just depends. So I'm going to leave it as placement service. I'll pay the $9. That's fine. And then, so now I have my shipping plan created. I'm sending 15 units to Charlotte. And then if you want to verify everything, you can just go to view shipment content. And it's going to have all 15. And then once you're ready to print your label for shipping, once you verified everything, you got your box shipped, you know where it's going, you know where everything is going, click approve and continue. and now it says validating plan state. And then now you have your shipment ready and you're ready to work on it. Working on it basically means you're ready to print the label. I forgot to measure the dimensions of the box, so let me go do that really quick. Alright guys, sorry about that. I'm kind of going on the fly here, so bear with me. Hope that doesn't cause any confusion. Again, I mean, it might be helpful to some people because you get to see the hiccups on how you kind of work through things. So I have the weight, I have the dimensions now. We're ready to work on shipment. So this is basically summarizing everything here. And let's see. Now you're gonna go to, let's see, shipping method. It's not gonna be. See, we're not shipping 150 pounds or over, so we're gonna stick with small parcel delivery. And I'm shipping individual boxes. For shipping carrier, you can choose other carriers, but I just stick with Amazon. Ships through UPS. The shipping is very cheap, as you're gonna see right now. It's gonna be super cheap. So now scroll down here. How will the shipment be packed? I'm doing everything in one box. So the box weight, I think it was 43 pounds. And yeah, I'm just gonna round up to 43 and 25 by 13 by 14 is the box. And then once you enter the box weight and the dimensions, you click confirm and it's gonna load up your shipping charges. So you're gonna click calculate. And as you can see, to ship 43 pounds, it's only costing $11. Now that's really cheap for 43 pounds. If I was to ship that, regular to a customer, all 40, a big 43 pound shipment, that's gonna cost way more. Once you're ready, you click accept charges, sorry. And your shipment is ready to go. And then it gives you a time limit to print out the label in case you want to cancel or you change your mind. If you have I'm using a regular printer, so I just leave this as is. And then it even tells you, once you print out everything, your label is going to tell you where, how to, it prints out two things. It prints out an FBA ID, which is like a barcode kind of thing, and then the actual label, the UPS label. So you just stick them together onto the box, and that's about it. Now, once you have that, let me get this ready. Let's see if you guys can see this actually. Yeah, so it prints out the label like that, the FBA one, and then the actual label. So once that's ready and you have, where'd I go? Once that's all set, you just click complete shipment, and that's pretty much it, guys. You just slap your labels on the box, and the box is ready to go, and you just send it off to UPS. However you want to ship it off, you could drop it off, schedule a shipment. I think they charge for that. I just go to the UPS store and drop it off there, and that's about it. All right, guys, I just want to thank. Sorry, I got a little messy packing all the boxes. I just want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this. I really hope you guys find this helpful. Again, if there's any confusion about any of the steps that I went through, just let me know in the comments. Again, I'm going to keep saying this. This is just how I do it. It's usually a little bit more smooth because I have everything ready. I was just doing this on the fly to kind of show you guys how to work through this in real time, the mistakes you might make, or hiccups you might go through. But everything's workable. You can work through it. You can fix it. Once you get the hang of it, honestly, it's pretty easy. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please be sure to like, subscribe. It really helps me out. The only reason I'm asking you to subscribe is because I'm trying to get to my goal of monetizing my videos. And to do that, I need at least 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm at 90-ish right now, and I'm thankful for every one of you guys. I need 1,000. If we can reach that goal, that'd be great. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bilo out.